Hi everybody, my name is Jackie Burns and the sport that I'm doing is Olympic weightlifting, the snatch and the clean and jerk. So with this one, a little sports analysis about it. We use the energy system that's used is mostly your anaerobic glycolysis, and this is because at a weightlifting meet, the athlete literally goes up on stage, performs one lift, and walks off stage, and that lift is anywhere from 10 seconds to 25 seconds. So it's really quick, and you use mostly your anaerobic glycolic system. Moving on, the movement analysis. So for both the snatch and the clean and jerk, the primary joints that are used are most of the joints in your body. The hip, we use a lot of hip flexion and extension, a lot of knee flexion and extension. Your shoulder, your elbow, your wrist, and your ankles. These are all just the movement analysis of it. So just mostly the joint movement that is going on with these weightlifting. So, and then this brings us to our common injuries. So a lot of injuries that we see are mostly on your hands. So you have these callus tears, the shin abrasions you get thumb injuries, and most of these causes are just from overuse, poor technique, and just excessive collisions with the bar. So a way to prevent this is having just a one-to-one, a coach-to-athlete ratio. With having one coach there and one athlete, the coach spends 100% of their time during that athlete's visit focus on the athlete to help them and to help prevent some of these common injuries. Ego is always a problem with weightlifting, so and the choice to ignore a decent rest period, this is when injury occurs. So to avoid this, staying with the 36-week program will help eliminate this, because the weightlifter will only be allowed, quotation marks, to lift the prescribed amount of sets and repetitions at that specific weight for that day. And I think this goes for any athletes who are in the gym and want to do some weightlifting. If you have a predetermined plan, then you're less likely to have an ego issue with that. So the test selections that I've done for my athlete is muscle strength and power. Strength and power is 100% what the weightlifting snatch and clean and jerk is all about. So the more power and strength you have, the more technique you have, the better you're going to do at your event. So I tested my athlete for a 1 rep max of front squat for the strength, and then for the power, a 1 rep max of clean and jerk, a snatch, split jerk, and a clean. And here's the instructions on how to do it. Okay, I'm going to bring you next to my program analysis. This is my program design. Right off the bat, I just want to get started to let you guys know that my primary goal for all of the mesocycles is basic strength and power. And this is because at a weightlifting meet, this is the two most important things, along with technique and skill, that is going to get you the win. So building on strength and power is the primary goal for all four. So I designed this program for a female who is novice to intermediate. Novice in that she is new to the weightlifting sport, and intermediate in that she is pretty familiar with fitness and has 6 months of fitness under her belt. So moving along, so the speed and plyometrics are different with each season. And I did this just for variety, just to add some different things in. The power in each of the seasons are exactly the same, and they're just different techniques and different variations of a clean and jerk and snatch. So a power clean and a power snatch, and then you have a hang power clean and a hang power snatch, and so on. The core, these are also exactly the same in every season, and it's because the core exercise selection that I chose exactly mimics the power movement, and I think this is most beneficial to the athlete because mine is still pretty new and really drilling in the technique and skills, what's going to help her. The assistance in each of them, the assistance is simply there just for injury prevention and to just build some specific muscle groups. Let's see, so moving on, I did speed and plyometrics, I did 2 days for each of those, and they rotate. So Monday, Wednesday is a speed, and a Tuesday, Thursday, or day 2, 4 will be plyometrics. And resistance is an everyday thing, 4 days a week, and then the 5th day is reserved for sport specific. So I divided each of my seasons in with the week. So this is week 1 is going to be the clean, and we'll see that all of week 1 will be clean. So at the end of week 1, day 5 will be sport specific. It will be just 100% doing a clean. My seasons by a week. So week 1 is the clean. Week 2 will be the snatch. Week 3, the split jerk. Week 4, we're back to the clean. Week 5, back to the snatch. And I did that for a reason, and I'll explain it to you in a minute. And week 6, we're going to do both clean and jerk and snatch. So the reason I did 2 movements in the same cycle, and so I separated them by weeks, is because I wanted my athlete to concentrate and focus mostly all of her attention for that week on that specific lift. So here's an example. So week 2 is a snatch. Everything in this week is day 1 through day 5 will be about the snatch. And then, so week 3, everything's gonna be about the split jerk and so on. And I did that so so the repetitive motion of the technique and skill will really get ingrained into her muscles. The way I design my training load and volume is something that you would see in a 5-3-1 program. So my first day 1, week 1, my power is a power clean, and I'm going to have 3 sets of 5 at 60%. And this is going to go up in week number 4 clean in the same season, and we'll see a 65%. And then in week 6 is when we almost test out, and we're going to do a 5-3-1, and we're going to have it up to 70%. And then when we go over to the next season over here, we're going to start with the 70% season. And the speed and plyometrics, like I said before, they're changed from last season. The power is exactly the same, the core is exactly the same, and the assistant movements, they've also changed. Nothing has changed in the frequency, still 2 speed days, 2 plyometric days, and 4 to 5 resistant training days. The things that's changed is the power and core intensity. So last season we were doing 3 to 5, and now this season we're going to do 3 sets of 3 reps, but at a higher intensity. And this stays true for each of my movements. So the snatch, you'll see it. Oh, one thing I do want to bring up is that with these little bit more difficult movements, like a hang power snatch, and here we have the high hang power snatch, and then the same goes for the clean weeks, the intensity is going to go down dramatically. And this is because this movement is very difficult, and having to hit this movement at a higher intensity would probably bring failure. So I wanted to avoid that, and so I brought a lower intensity to that. Okay, so now we're in our in season. This is what we've been training for. Still strength and power is our primary goal, and the speed and plyometrics have changed. The power and core are exactly the same, and the assistance has changed as well. We're still training 2 days of speed, 2 days of plyometrics, and 4 to 5 days of resistance training, except here on week 6, the very last day, we're going to have our competition day. So the programming is going to look a little bit differently, but everything else is pretty much the same. The things that's different is the power. So we're going to do 1 set of 5 reps at 75%, and it's going to go up when we go to week 4 and 5 and 6. So everything just to snatch. You could see the hang power snatch went up. The high hang power snatch went up 5% than last season. Moving down. So here we go to week 4, and this is when we're going to start the 1 set of 5 reps at 80%. And we're going to do only one assistant, and this is to help to avoid injury coming so close to the meet. So here's week 5, just preparing yourself, and then lastly week 6, which is our competition week. So here you're going to see the exercise is going to be a clean, and you're going to have 1 set of 1 rep at different intensities. And it's here that we're hoping to get a new 1 rep max or to increase our numbers. And this is true for each of the movements, so every day is a different movement. And then, this is going to hurt your eyes, but going up, now we're on deload week or postseason, so the only goal here is for active rest and to maintain your strength. And this is really up to the athlete. After the weightlifting meet, it's up to the athlete if they want to continue or not. And if they do want to continue, then this is a good time to have some active rest and then start the next season as soon as this is over. And if they don't want to continue doing that weightlifting meet again, then maintaining strength is usually the other primary goal. And by this time, our athlete is an intermediate athlete. I did some different speed and plyometrics again. I added some more rowing, swimming, low impact stuff. The power is still exactly the same. Core, we're just working with some front squats, and then the assistance is a lot less than in the prior seasons. No specific training frequency. It's all over the place, pretty much just to rest and recoup from all the past weeks. So we see when we're trying to maintain our strength, we want to stay with our recommended 5 sets of 5 reps at a high intensity, but because we're deloading, we're doing a lower intensity this time. And here we go. So with week 4, we're picking it up a little bit more with adding a little bit more categories, exercises into our workouts. And then week 5, we ramped it back up because my female athlete would like to continue. So picked it back up in week 4, week 5, and then we'll start again. Week 6, we're just doing the lifts, and then we'll start a new season the following week. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed my program design. And again, I designed this for a female who is new to lifting, wants to do it, thought it was cool, wanted to try it out. So this is all based on novice to intermediate female who wants to lift.